Hi everybody, today we are going to look at lesson 108 using the least common denominator. Okay, so we've been talking about finding common multiples, and today we're going to use the common multiple in order to find the least common denominator of a problem. So let's look at example number 1. Use the least common denominator to compare 5/8 and 3/4. So here I have, oh, 5, why aren't you working? 5/8, and I have 3/4. So to find the least common denominator, I need to find the least common multiple between 8 and 4. And I know you are all probably thinking, well, Mrs. Pendry, that's 4, I know that, or 8, but I want to go through the steps anyway. So I want to find the least common multiple of 4 and 8. So the least common multiple, whenever you hear that, you should think multiple. Least common multiple, I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply until I find a number that I have in common. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 8, 16, 24. And I see that the first number that I have in common between 4 and 8 is 8. So this means that 8 is my least common denominator. So I'm going to leave 5/8 alone because it already has a denominator of 8. But I'm going to change 3/4 so that it has a denominator of 8. I know 4 times 2 is 8, so I multiply the entire fraction by 2 halves. 4 times 2 is 8, 3 times 2 is 6, and now I use 5/8 and 6/8 to compare, and I see that 5/8 is less than 6/8. Okay? All right, example 2. Okay, use the least common denominator to add 1/8 and 5/6. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to find my least common multiple of 8 and 6. So I start by making a list, and you need to write down the list. Okay, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Okay, and I see that 24 is the least common multiple of 8 and 6. So 24 is going to become my new denominator. So now I go back to my problem and I'm going to convert each number. 1/8 times a fraction equivalent to 1 equals 24. I know 8 times 3 is 24, so I multiply by 3/3. 1 times 3 is 3. I do the same thing. 5/6 times a number equivalent to 1 equals something over 24. I know 6 times 4 equals 24, so I multiply by 4/4. Times 5 times 4 is 20. Now I go back and I rewrite my problem, and 3/24, 20/24, and my problem is less than. So here is my answer. Okay? All right, example 2. Or that was example 2. Let's go on to example 3. Use the least common denominator to subtract 3/4 minus 1/6. Okay, so I start with finding my least common multiple of 4 and 6. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 6, 12, 18, 24, and I see that 12 is my least common multiple. So I convert 3/4 and 1/6 into fractions with 12 as a denominator. Whoa. Oh. No! Oh no. Sorry guys, let's see. Let's try that again. Okay, I'll hit the right button this time. So 3/4 times a fraction equivalent to 1 equals something over 12. I know 4 times 3 is 12, so I multiply by 3/3. 3 times 3 equals 9. And I do the same thing with 1/6 times a fraction equivalent to 1 equals something over 12. 6 times 2 equals 12, so I multiply by 2 halves. 1 times 2 equals 2. And now I can subtract. 9/12 minus, whoa, hang on. Nine twelfths minus 2/12 equals 7/12, and 7/12 cannot be reduced, so there is my answer. Okay? Alright, you're off to your lesson practice. A through K, it does not go on to the next page, so good luck, and I will see you soon.